about time. I'm finally doing the build that you guys have wanted for years, and it's gonna most be the popularist thing. SeaRat 2 build, nut and bolt through every single thing. This is a SeaRat Mk2, or the R2 rat. Some of you guys know what I have here, but look, I can't do nothing until we do the first most important thing. You don't do anything, we gotta take care of something right now. Now that we have prioritized, I can tell you, we have another one of these. Whoa. Oh, wow. That's just right. That'll fit there perfectly. Okay, now, let me tell you guys something real quick. This here corner of the battery tray, not helping our cause. You get that out of there. You get that guy out of there. I had to wash this thing off, and it took a long time. And now I'm just patching up some little junk. I'm smoothing out this little spot for the nose cover. I'm actually not putting a nose cover on here. This is all just going to be ground flat. So easiest time to do little dinky stuff like that is right now. I'm in a bit of a moody mood. I got my wisdom teeth taken out, and my face is a little bit funny looking, if you can tell. And I'm not feeling it right now. It's a little wet out, but I gotta show you what I got. That's a triple in there, and it's a 900. So I don't know why. Really, 900 is probably the perfect triple for one of these. Was definitely not any real reason to put an 1100 in one of these hauls, except for if you just want to tell your people that you're the coolest or whatever. But you can always just say that this is an 1100. But I painted the green colored parts on that thing red, and it looks pretty cool. I like it. So you guys can see, right? Let me look. Gotta see that my screen is on the screen. This corner is notched out on the battery tray. Gives me plenty of room for that guy right there. Obviously the rear is going to be very close, but with the fire extinguisher gone, it leaves us some space. This little nub on the back is like just barely not touching the pipe. You can see this 900 pipe is actually a lot smaller than the 1100 one. The 1100 one, I was using everything I could, every means available to get it to fit inside here, and this one does not look like it'll be too bad. So, and I don't even have to move this exit too. So this one I'm gonna wrap the exhaust forward into the water box and use it. So it should be pretty simple. I think just along here, I'm just gonna try to slit the bottom open and see if I can bend everything to a position and see how much I gotta bend it out. Cut a hole in the side, I don't know. But the bottom line is this pipe's a lot smaller, and I would advocate that this engine's probably a lot better than 1100 for one of these 650s. So it's cheaper. They're way cheaper usually. So I know everybody wants to do this at home. So I slid it a little bit and tried to make it just kind of come out a little bit. And it doesn't really slide to center, so I'm gonna take this thing back out and then sand a buttload off and work it over until it fits. I'll tell you guys, I usually just go for the chop immediately when I go do one of these things, but yeah, whatever. So it will fit centered in there right now, and it really doesn't stick out very far. I have a feeling that after I do this, you won't really even be able to tell that there's a bulge there, so that'll be cool. Right there, it's really tight. I had to grind a lot of material. It's very thin right here. I think on the SeaRat, I think I ground these mounts so that it would hug as close to the engine as possible, the pipe. And I'm pretty sure I still ground through the side of the hole, like right here. So definitely this is easier to deal with when you got the 900 pipe. So yeah, and they say, you know, these 900 pipes do, I guess, bolt right up to the 1100s, but I don't know why. I mean, you'd probably choke it down a bit, and why not just run a 900? It's cheap, who cares? Do you have to have the fastest 650 SX in the world? We'll find out if they're really much different with a 900 than an 1100. It might not really be anything that you notice. Here we go. This is a thin layer of glass, one sheet of fabric laid from the inside while the engine was in there. That allows it to have the shape that go around the pipe. After I've made sure that everything fits good from the inside, I'm just gonna build it up from the outside, which is definitely the easiest side to get to and work with. Ooh, look at that. How wonderful. Yeah, so it's just how it is. You get a big hole in the side and you need something to start with. So you just gotta get that first layer in. When you get that in, it's really helpful, because when you have just a gigantic hole with no backing and you're trying to fill it, pretty annoying. But after I get down to the outside, I'm gonna go back onto the inside and clean it all up and make sure I have a nice smooth layer. We're gonna look through this book and pick out our paint job for the Rat 2. Okay? Okay. Let's see. What do we got in here? Aircraft are always interesting, especially World War II. Gosh, how about that? Nice Spitfire. Is that what that is? Yeah. All the UK people, like, gotta have some proud heritage for your World War II planes. Here with the yellow front. Yellow is kind of a cool color, that with like army green. Kind of like that. That is just army green. But I'm looking for something interesting, because you see some of these planes, they'll have like an interesting stripe pattern on them. Ooh, we got the camo. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I think most of these hand-drawn pictures in here, they don't have the... they're not having the it that I'm looking for. Come on, guys. Where is the picture that is going to inspire the it? Oh, I like that yellow tail on there. How about a picture of a girl on the side? Oh, yeah, I don't know if I can do that. I can't paint something too complicated. That's a big dog, B-29. Yeah, I always like the big planes. Your spruce goose. What do you guys think of that? Plywood pelican, spruce goose. I think it's actually called the huge H4. Oh, let's talk about a big mama, huh? And it didn't even crash. They didn't even crash it. Usually stuff like that is, you know, laying at the bottom of the ocean. That thing made it. It's still alive. It's not with the Hindenburg and Titanic. Oh, I'm not seeing any paint jobs in here that I like. Like the American Air Force star symbol. That's pretty cool. Gosh, I was hoping I would see something better. This isn't helpful. like, you know, the planes with like the shark teeth on the front. I think I'm definitely gonna put some shark teeth on that baby. It's kind of that was kind of an afterthought on the original SeaRat. Kind of like after probably a couple years after I built that thing, did I put the teeth on it. But okay, I'm seeing a lot of nice little planes in here. Ooh, there we go. I like that. The stripe on that tail of that. Maybe I'll incorporate something like that. Oh, a checkerboard. That's kind of a cool checkerboard circle around here. I like that with the blue. Some kind of checkerboard color on there with like, maybe I was thinking paint that ski like an army green with like a shark teeth on there and some other cool military aircraft inspired thing, paint job. But I don't know, the blue is actually kind of cool. I might consider doing blue. Or maybe I should be looking at PT boats. You guys ever heard of PT 109? Captain John F. Kennedy. Let's see. Yeah, this is all Bell aircraft. They actually made some pretty interesting aircraft. World War II era. I tell you, that was a era where test pilots died a lot, you know. And actually, it's pretty soon after Chuck Yeager's death in '97, a few months ago. He made it a lot of years for somebody who flew test planes in the 40s and 50s. Look at that. The Curtiss P40 Tomahawk. Look at that. That's a cool looking shark snout on that one, huh? I'll tell you, I don't understand how the eye would be so close to there. It seems like the eye would be back here, but it still looks good having the eye where the nose would be. And if you look at this shot of the front, you can see the teeth going into the front of the vent. I don't think I can muster up the talent to do the teeth all around the front of the ski. I think I'm just going to do it flat on the sides. I think that'll look the best. The Gloucester Meteor, that is a beautiful British jet, the very first jet, I believe. And a very cool looking plane. And of course, I'm sure the next thing up is going to be the Messerschmitt 262 Gloucester Meteor. I know that plane was in use a very long time. Gosh, and I love the little bubble around the cockpit. That's a good looking plane. I'm not very familiar with the Grumman's F6F Hellcat, but man, this has not really been a beneficial video. It's just been me looking at the book. Hasn't really had much help so far. I've seen a couple of good inspirations. Ooh, that's kind of a cool little look on the tail fin. But gosh, I'm thinking of all these pictures I've seen where they're a lot more interesting. You know, like the whole tail fin on a B-17. The whole tail section will be painted up, kind of an interesting color scheme. Kawasaki planes, Kawasaki Mitsubishi planes, very interesting, huh? Kawasaki planes. I guess it's a Kawasaki ski, come to think of it. Oh, here it is, the P80 Shooting Star. That's one of my favorite early jets. Yeah. It just sounds cool, huh? It's a good looking plane with the straight wings and the jet engine. That's kind of a cool camouflage pattern on the... what is this, an Italian plane? A Mach-E MC-25V Velatrino Greyhound, Messerschmitt BF 109. Beautiful plane there. Oh, here it is, the ME-262, the famous plane. Messerschmitt ME-262. I wonder how many of these are flying today. Probably a few, huh? Oh, I like this. The Russian Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-3. Yeah, these are pretty poor planes. This, I think, was the Russians' real first shot at a plane, and didn't go so well. I mean, when do you ever get something right on the first time? But yeah, we're getting to the end of the book here, so hold on. Ooh, this is what I've been looking for. I like this. Yeah, we got lots of yellow stripes, checkers, army green painting on the wings, but we got a silver fuselage. Should I refer to the main part of the hull as the fuselage? Yeah. Okay. The Little Chief Thunderbolt P47. Okay. You know what? I think ooh, that's cool. Okay. All they're giving me is checkers on here. I thought there'd be more patterns to think of, to give me ideas from. Like, that's kind of a cool striped body. And by cool, I mean, it looks stupid. I'm sure there's cooler versions of that on different planes. Oh, the Douglas C-47 Skytrain. I used to work on the airport, and they had they had one of these sitting out front as like a woodshed. They were using this thing as a woodshed, basically. Well, not a woodshed, just a shed, you know, to store their junk on the airport. Just one of these rotting away. Then randomly, I saw a working one fly through the airport later, but it's kind of cool. I used to work on the airport, it was really cool. Now I don't work on an airport, and it's not that cool. That was great, great fun. Those of you that watched all of me looking at the book, good for you. That's World War II aircraft. We just a quick review for the ideas for paint on jet ski. So. That's great. If you watch this, just give yourself a pat on the back. All right, let's go have a look at it again. Josh used the footage of me looking at the plane book, didn't he? No, I shouldn't have filmed that. Oh! Yeah. Man. Okay, that's what that looks like. It's still drying. Ooh, what am I gonna do now? All right, boys. Well, I guess we got a free minute, so I'll talk to you about what I did with the hood. So this is the hood that is for this SeaRat 2. This is what a regular hood looks like. So it has these little pads on the back, but the hood that I had for this ski didn't have the pads, and so it had these cutouts that were shaped around these pads. And if you didn't have the pads, it looked stupid. So I ground off the corner, and there's like a little boss on the bottom where a bolt hole is, and so I ground it all flat. And now I'm going to square up this little crease with some Bondo, and then I'll put some glass over it. And I'll show you what it looks like, because I did it on the wood ski, and I actually really like it. I like how it turned out. So, just a moment. But yeah, this is how the wood ski turned out, and I like it. I think it turned out rather good. And that thing's almost done. Really close to finishing that. Waiting for some stuff to come in the mail, but yeah, that's its own thing. Here's a little shot of some little bull craps that I've painted up for the SeaRat 2. Yeah. Kind of cool. That nozzle, the little red guy, that was like an ugly stock beige color, and I had that in my pile of nozzles, and that's how I knew that was the one I needed to use, because I knew that I wanted to paint the ugly beige one. Hi guys, I'm here. I had a thing to say and I already forgot what it was, but yeah, you know, here we're finally doing the SeaRat build, SeaRat 2 build. I hope you enjoyed the build already, and I hope you had to watch me look at a picture book, because I'm sure Josh left that in here. So yeah, ooh, I just thought of, I got another little bull crap I gotta paint, so I'll let you see me paint it, because I can look at what the camera sees. Oh, and I can know that you're gonna see some action. Absolutely even strokes. We'll even try left-handed. Aha! This is really cool to see him paint this, I bet you're saying. Well, you know, we're trying to show the little extra details. So I'm trying to give you more of a nut and bolt through this whole little build. I'm trying to nut and bolt you through the whole build. An exact nut to nut bolt through the whole thing. So, because I know you want it, because this is a special one. Oh, the paint running out. There might not be that much more yellow on the ski, because I don't know. If I'm running out of this, then I might not have enough money to buy any more paint. You know what I mean? Budget build too. I've done a little bit of experimenting with some paint work on the SeaRat 2. Have a look. So obviously we're kind of going for a weathered wood look, like the paint's worn off and the thing's made out of wood, right? Like a PT boat, like PT 109. You know how I know PT boats are made out of wood? Because I saw in the movie the battleship chopping it in half and it's made out of wood. What a shocking moment, huh? But yeah, just did a little bit. I've been waiting for other stuff to kind of dry off, and so I was just doing this in the meantime just to kind of see how it was gonna look. But yeah, wind.